A 14-year-old murders her mother and tries to kill her stepfather. Could this child be so upset over a punishment that she would kill her mother? Or is there a deeper, darker reason? Let's find out right now. Happy Thriller Thursday, my Cajun cuties. Yes, it's me, Anne Marie, aka the Cajun Crime Queen from Carrico, Louisiana. Cajun born, Cajun bred, and when I die, I'll be Cajun dead. I hope after this video that you like, subscribe, and comment, and don't forget to press on the notification bell so you never miss a video from me, Anne Marie. I hope you have a beverage. I hope you have a snuggle partner or a snuggle fur partner. Those are the best, and you are ready to hear a true crime story with yours truly. And as always, I want to know, are y'all drinking that water? Are y'all staying hydrated? Are y'all getting those tickers up? Remember, just a quick 20-30 minute walk, especially first thing in the morning, get those endorphins up, and you're going to have an amazing, wonderful day. I promise you. And as always, thank y'all so much for joining me on this Thriller Thursday night. I am so happy to be here with y'all, and I am so happy that y'all decided to join me. Today, we're going to be discussing a story that happened this past March, and the verdict came in just last week. Carley Madison Gregg was born on April 23rd, 2009, to her parents, Kevin and Ashley, in Brandon, Mississippi. Brandon, Mississippi is about 13 miles east of Jackson, actually very close to me. I passed by Brandon, Mississippi several times. Carley was a very happy child, but sadly, when Carley was only 4 years old, her little sister Natalie passed away due to health issues. Ashley was absolutely devastated about the loss of her child. Carley became Ashley's entire world. Y'all can only imagine. Ashley clung on to Carley like crazy. Her whole life was Carley. Carley was her world, and she loved Carley dearly. When Carley was very young, her parents divorced, and that is when Ashley married Heath Smiley. Ashley and Heath Smiley were very happy, and Carley loved her stepdad. It was said they would play video games together, they would text on their phones, they would play games on their phones. They just had a good old time together in southern Mississippi. Carley loved both her parents and was extremely close to not only Ashley, but her stepdad Heath as well. Around the age of 9, Carley Gregg started showing signs of depression. She started looking and feeling very depressed around this time. Carley's stepdad, Heath Smiley, had a Swiss Army knife and showed it to Carley. Carley thought it was cool and said that she would like one. Heath Smiley said he got on Amazon. He asked Carley to pick what color she wanted, and he bought her a Swiss Army knife. I think we all had a Swiss Army knife back in the day. I thought I was something with mine. It was about that big. I think I had a red one, if I can remember, and I think I still have it. I think everyone had a Swiss Army knife in their pocket or in their purse. Nonetheless, Carley brought the Swiss Army knife to school and was caught with the knife at school. I don't know if she told somebody about it. I don't know if it fell out of her pocket. I don't know if she threatened someone. I couldn't find anything about the knife. But she was caught with the knife while at school. And no matter what type of knife it is, it could be a Swiss Army knife that's small, or it could be a big Rambo knife. You cannot bring any type of knife or weapon to school. Ashley, Carley's mom, was notified about the knife, and she was upset. Carley was sent to a alternative school for 1 semester. A psychotherapist who evaluated Carley said that the situation was blown out of proportion and that they felt that Carley could return to a traditional school. And Carley Gregg was not your average student. Oh no. She skipped the 3rd grade. She made a 30, and I'm going to repeat that, a 30 on the ACT at only 13 years old. This girl was a genius. Not only that, she was student of the month and student of the year. She soared in every subject that she was in. She loved school and she performed well in school. She was on her way to the top, and she was probably going to go to college and pick any school she wanted. She was that intelligent. The ninth incident with Carley happened when she was in the 7th grade. Just a few years later, Carley was in trouble again when she was a student at Northwest Rankin High School, where her mother, Ashley Smiley, taught geometry. Carley was in trouble for cheating. And I know what you are saying. How can this bright student be caught cheating? She was a genius. Why would she be cheating? Well, Carley states that she was tired of students asking her for help, tired of students asking her for questions and how to do the work. It was said by several people that Carley could explain the work better than the teachers could. So one day, a teacher left a computer open or a book open with answers to a test or a quiz or an assignment, and Carley took a picture of the answers. I don't know if it was a dare. I don't know if Carley just wanted to, but at this time, Carley started to act out. Ashley Smiley, Carley's mother, was notified about the incident, and Carley did get in trouble. Carley's phone was taken away, and her parents found out that she was using an iPod to communicate with people, but mostly on social media, watching things such as TikTok. They wanted Carley to be punished, but she was trying to get around the punishment. At this time, Heath and Ashley Smiley noticed that Carley Gregg was cutting her thighs. Cutting is a self-harmful way to cope with stress, emotional pain, anxiety, depression, and just a feeling of loneliness. Carley was very depressed around this time. And in the summer of 2023, Carley began having lots of trouble sleeping. In January 2024, Carley started seeing a therapist weekly. And the therapist diagnosed Carley with major depression disorder and adjustment disorder and put Carley on the medicine Zoloft to help with her depression. Carley seemed extremely sad and extremely depressed and couldn't cope with certain things, and that's why she was cutting herself. Ashley and Heath went into action immediately and got Carley the help that she needed. In February of 2024, Carley Gregg's Zoloft is upped from 25 milligrams to 50 milligrams. And around this time, Carley Gregg began using marijuana. Carley stated that she felt like a zombie, so her medicine was changed and she started taking Lexapro. She was supposed to wean herself off of the Zoloft, but stopped taking the medicine immediately. On March 19th, 2024, Carley Gregg rode to school with her mother, Ashley Smiley, as Ashley was a geometry teacher at the high school. Every morning, they rode together. When Carley arrived at school, she got in an altercation with one of her friends. She cursed out the friend, it was said. She was very upset with the friend. They were going back and forth. And the reason why Carley was so upset with this friend is because this friend was worried about Carley. This friend wanted to tell Ashley Smiley, Carley's mother, that Carley had all these vape pens, that Carley had all these burner phones, and that Carley was high 24/7. Carley was upset and did not want her mother to know about these things. It was said that that friend told another friend to occupy Carley so the first friend could go tell Ashley Smiley, Carley's mom, that Carley had vape pens and burner phones and was high 24/7. This friend actually wanted to help Carley and was severely worried about her state of mind. Ashley Smiley found out about everything. Ashley and Carley rode home together. When they arrived home, Ashley went to Carley's room to search for the vape pens. And that is when Carley Gregg took the two dogs outside for the afternoon. Carley Gregg walked back in the house and noticed that her mother was searching her room. Carley noticed that her mother found these 3 or 4 vape pens, and Ashley Smiley brought the vape pens to her room and went back to Carley's room to search some more. Carley Gregg knows that her mother is in her room searching for other things. So Carley peeks around the corner. She looks both ways. She walks into her mother's room on her mother's side of the bed. She lifts up the mattress and retrieves a .357 Magnum. She walks around the corner holding something behind her back. She slowly walks around. She's looking around. She walks into her own bedroom and fires 3 shots at her mother, Ashley Smiley, killing her instantly. And you hear the screams. Carley steps out of her bedroom, peeks around the corner, looks around, still has her hands behind her back, sits down, puts something behind her back. Obviously, in my opinion, it's the weapon, the gun. She then takes her mother, Ashley's phone, pretending to be her mother, and asked her stepdad when he was going to be home. She then takes the cameras and puts the cameras that are in the house inside the refrigerator. I don't know why, but that's what she did. Carley then, for 45 minutes, calls several friends and texts several friends, asking them to come over that she needs help. No one came over. One friend did even offer to call 911 for Carley, but she refused. One friend did come over, and when that friend knocked on that front door, Carley opens the door and says something to the effect of, "Do you want to see a dead body?" Carley then shows this friend her mother's dead body and tells her friend, "I just put 3 shots into my mother. I have 3 bullets left, and they are for my stepfather when he arrives home." Carley then notifies the friend to go outside, that her stepfather is almost home. Next thing you know, the friend hears gunshots. Then Carley runs out the back door. The 2 friends run. They jump over the fence and run in 2 separate directions. Not long after 5 p.m. on March 19, 2024, police receive a 911 call from Heath Smiley saying that his stepdaughter shot him. When the police arrive at the home, they find Heath Smiley wounded on the front porch. It looks like he got shot in his shoulder, and he said he wrestled the gun away from his stepdaughter. The police find 40-year-old Ashley Smiley dead in one of the bedrooms. The police locate Carley Gregg half a mile away. They take her into custody. She is charged as an adult for first-degree murder, attempted murder, and tampering with evidence. The state offers Carley Gregg a plea deal. They want her to plead guilty to the murder charge. They'll drop the other 2 charges, and she will serve a term of 40 years in prison. But Carley Gregg rejects that plea. The defense attorneys saying that she cannot stand trial for reason of insanity. Her defense states that Carley was not in her right state of mind that day, and that she wasn't thinking right, and that Carley has a mental illness. We all know that Carley did have a mental illness, but on September 20th, 2024, Carley Madison Gregg is found guilty on all 3 charges. She is found guilty of first-degree murder, attempted murder, and tampering with evidence. She receives 2 life terms in prison plus 10 years for tampering with evidence. My final thought, I always give y'all my final thought. And my final thought is, I do believe that it is extremely sad that a 14-year-old girl would murder her mother and try to kill her stepfather over a punishment, over vapes and burner phones and a cell phone. That just doesn't seem normal to me. That doesn't seem right. We've all been upset with our parents before. We've all been punished from the phone. And I had the phone back in the day that was on the wall at my parents' house in Carley, Louisiana. We had to talk on the phone in front of everyone. That was the phone we had. So when we were punished, we had nothing. But Carley was getting around these punishments, and her parents wanted to punish her and say, "You're not having anything. You are going to learn from your punishment." But Carley Gregg was so upset with her parents that she wanted to murder them. And she did murder her mother. Her mother, y'all, over a punishment. And I do believe that Carley Gregg was in her right state of mind that day because she took the time to get the gun, which I'm going to talk about the gun in a second. She took the time to get the gun. She knew where it was. She looked around. She made sure nobody was looking. She shot and killed her mother and then took the cameras, disabled the cameras, and for some reason put the cameras in the refrigerator. And then for 45 minutes called and texted her friends to basically come see her mother's dead body, and was telling them how she had 3 bullets for her stepfather. This is not normal behavior, but I do believe that Carley was suffering from mental illness. I do believe that she had several issues, but I also believe that Carley knew what she was doing was wrong. And now I'm going to talk about a gun in the home. In my opinion, I do believe that it is okay to have a firearm or a weapon in the house for protection. I do believe that a firearm or any type of weapon should be locked up in a safe, unloaded. I also believe that if you have someone in the home with mental illness, they should not be aware of the firearm. Carley Gregg knew exactly where the gun was. She knew where her mother kept the gun. I don't know if the gun was loaded or if Carley put the bullets in the gun, but I have a strong feeling that the gun was loaded. And if the gun was loaded, that's just sad and heartbreaking to me. That Carley knew exactly where that gun was. A gun should not be placed under a mattress for anyone, especially a child with mental illness, to find. It breaks my heart that Ashley lost her life by her own daughter, her flesh and blood. Someone she brought into this world murdered her. That is a whole nother level of evil. I do believe that Carley Gregg does feel bad for her actions because, as we all know, we all have seen the court proceedings on TikTok or YouTube. I watched it all. I even watched the 2-hour interview with her stepfather when he was on the stand. But Carley cried the entire time, sobbing, crying. And I think she realizes what she did. I do. I think she knew what she did was wrong and she was sorry for it. But that didn't help. Another thing, while she was on trial, she was in these school uniforms, which I felt that was weird. That was very weird that her defense would put her in these school uniforms. I don't know if she had to be in these uniforms, but it was these plaid uniforms. It was weird. But Carley Gregg, in my opinion, watching her sobbing, y'all sobbing, her hands in her face, the tears running down, especially when she was listening to the 911 calls. This girl was sad and heartbroken, and you could tell she had tons of remorse for killing her mother, which shows, in my opinion, that Carley was not a full-blown psychopath. She wasn't laughing. She wasn't smiling. She was definitely upset about the loss of her mother, knowing that she murdered her mother. Now, I could be wrong. Carley could have just been putting on an act. But as you all know, I pretend I'm a detective from my couch when I watch all of these shows, yeah. But when I watch a lot of these serial killers and some of these child killers, some of these children that have killed their parents or someone else, they sitting back in their chair, they looking around, they smiling, rolling their eyes. Ted Bundy had his foot up, shows absolutely no remorse for their actions. They could just have taken out a whole family, or like Ted Bundy, a whole sorority row. It doesn't matter, and showing absolutely no remorse because they are true psychopaths and have no empathy for what they did. But then you see some killers sobbing and crying and just, I can't believe what I did to this person. What was I thinking? And that's what I got out of Carley Madison Gregg. I do believe that she felt bad for her actions. But nonetheless, Carley Gregg will spend the rest of her life in prison. And she is only 15 years old, y'all. 15 years old. That's crazy to me. That is so crazy. What is our world coming to? You are going to murder your mother over a phone and some vapes? That's not normal. Why are kids doing this in the first place? We've all been mad at our parents. Most of us don't say we're going to go kill our parents. It makes me so angry that our world is coming to this. We have to educate our children better. And Carley was a genius. She had a very bright future ahead of her. She was going to be something huge. She was so intelligent. But now her life will be behind a jail cell for the rest of her life. It is very sad. My heart goes out to Carley's mother and her stepfather. I hope her mother is resting in peace. My heart goes out to all the victims. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I hope that you like, subscribe, and comment. And don't forget to press on that notification bell so you never miss a video from me, Anne Marie. And as always, stay safe, always be aware of your surroundings, and always know that I am here for you always. And remember, mental illness is a real illness, and you can be treated for it. Thank you all for the love and support, and for you, I am truly grateful. And as always, kisses. Bye.